The world's most advanced mobile operating system deserves the most advanced smartphone. And here it is. It's the best iPhone that we have ever created. This is iPhone.
For the longest time, I've considered Apple as a tech company I respect and look up to. I remember when the iPhone 5 came out, I was astonished at the design and thought to myself, wow. But lately Apple has kinda slacked off and made me think otherwise. So is Apple rotting? It's quite hard to look at a company like Apple and think to yourself, can anything bring this multi-billion-dollar company to a halt? In fact, Google and Apple are the two major big guys when it comes to how much they own of the market share and how many of the devices are running whichever software. 50% of the phones out there are running Google Android software, which makes sense, and keep in mind this includes Samsung as well. On the other hand, 40% of the phones out there are running Apple's iOS operating system. This is a huge number, being that they close off their software to outside manufacturers and only Apple devices can run their software. Wow. In the past couple of years or so, I've encountered a number of articles relenting on the thesis of Apple's inevitable death. To get a better sense of what I'm talking about, take a look at the recent design choices for Apple's products. The design is one not encountered in previous Apple products, where news articles hailed the amazing design and attention to detail. But with the forthcoming of poorly crafted, unapologetic choice of product, the backlash is understandable. Take a look, for instance, at the Apple's own iteration of the stylus when they launched the iPad Pro. Now flashback when Steve Jobs himself was unveiling the first iPhone.
Get rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen. A giant screen. Now, how are we going to communicate this? We don't want to carry around a mouse, right? So what are we going to do? Oh, a stylus, right? We're going to use a stylus. No. No. Who wants a stylus? You have to get them and put them away and you lose them. Yuck.
See the problem? Many Apple fans and loyalists have been appalled by these design changes, many of which would have angered Jobs. The clumsy placement of the charging port for the Apple mouse, the removal of the glowing Apple logo from their MacBooks, the removal of the headphone jack from the iPhone 7, and the lack of an SD card slot, USB ports except for 2 USB Type-C ports on the latest MacBook Pro. You guys should get the idea. Jobs was an ardent supporter of simplicity and raising a company that created an awesome product for consumer. If you ask me, I'm taken aback at their recent devices. For one, innovation has seemed to come to a halt. I remember getting so excited for the latest iteration of the iPhone, only to begin realizing that there hasn't been any change. Technology is supposed to enrich the lives of those who use it and allow them to become interconnected in this computer-based society. However, it seems as if Apple products are becoming a nuisance to use. I've seen so many YouTubers and internet creators switch over to the new MacBook, only to be plagued with never-ending need to carry around adapters. Why would Apple do this? I understand they want to somewhat pave the way for the future, but they should do so in a way that is more seamless and less abrupt. I know I'm being hard on Apple. They are the most profitable company in the world, so why should they worry? In fact, some 10 million phones were sold when the iPhone 6 was launched, so they know what they're doing, right? And again lies the problem. We shouldn't view profits as a measure of success for their vision, but rather as a success of their brand. Jobs was vocal about the push to create a great product, although he would be ousted from his own company in the 1980s. Making money is a side effect of making a great product, but can last for years, convincing people of a success that is imaginary. For Apple to live on to the future, they need to go back to creating a product that the consumer really appreciates, but in a way that he or she gives little thought and instead is acknowledged subconsciously. But as Bob Dylan said, these times are changing.
Accepted that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. By the times they are